Well, we've made it through the winter months and now it's finally spring. So now it's time to start sowing our seeds. We will also be planting fruit trees and comfrey in this video, so let's get started. Okay, so the vegetables I chose to sow indoors are cabbage, some green romaine lettuce, broccoli. I did a lot of broccoli. I think I did a little too much broccoli, and cucumbers, onions, and a bunch of different varieties of tomatoes. And I also did some green peppers. It's kind of a trial run with green peppers. I've never grown them before. But I saved the seeds from some green peppers, so it'll be interesting to see if they come up. They haven't come up yet, and I planted them probably 2 weeks ago, so I don't know how successful those are going to be, but I figured I'd give them a try and see how it goes. To start my seeds, I just used the Burpee 72 cell trays. These have always worked really well for me, so I just use these, and I make sure I water them twice a day, morning and night. And then I keep the dome in place. It comes with a little dome that goes on top to keep all the moisture in to help your seeds germinate. So I use this, and most of my seeds came up within a week and a half. They came up so quick. So while I was waiting for my seeds to germinate, I just kept them on a table inside of my greenhouse behind me. And I also kept an oil heater in the greenhouse as I was waiting for them to germinate, which helped a lot with my plants coming up quickly. So I watered them twice a day, and I provided heat with my oil heater inside of the greenhouse. Now it's only been less than 2 weeks since these have germinated, and you can see they've grown very quickly. There's my tomatoes and onions, a whole tray of broccoli. Don't ask me why I did that, but I guess I just really like broccoli. And here's my lettuce and my cabbage. And then over here is the tray where I experimented with green peppers. I did green and red peppers. So they haven't come up yet, and the dome's not on top so because of the cucumbers came up so quickly. So I'll take my cucumber plants out and put them inside of these Burpee pots that I bought. And that way I can put the dome back in place on this tray, and hopefully my green peppers will germinate after that. So I've been keeping this grow light on my seedlings, and I've also been waving my hand over them just to make them a little stronger so they're prepared to go outside soon. But all my plants are doing very well. I've already weeded through some of them, so that way there's only one plant in each cell. Once they got 2 to 3 leaves is when I started taking out some of the other plants, because I probably put 3 to 4 seeds in each cell. As you can see, I've been weeding them out there. So once these seeds are big enough, I'm going to start fertilizing them with fish emulsion once a week. So all the seeds you just saw, we will be planting outside 2 weeks before our last frost date. So for us, that'll be the middle of May. Before I put these seedlings outside, I will have to harden them off first. So I will start exposing them outside 2 weeks before I plant them in the garden. Everything else that I plan on planting, I will be direct sowing into my garden. And I will be planting them 3 to 4 weeks before our last frost date, which means I will be direct sowing all of my vegetables the first week of May. So let me show you what I plan on direct sowing in my garden. So I have some Fort Hook chard, which I'm planting this for my rabbits, and some rhubarb chard, arugula, and I have a ton of packets of green beans because these grow so well. They're so easy to grow, so I am just going to throw a bunch of these in the ground, and I'm going to have so many green beans this year, I'm probably going to have to can them. We have some corn, some carrots, more green beans. And squash. I've never had good experience transplanting squash, so I'm gonna try to direct sow them this year and see how they do. Hopefully I'll have a better year with my squash and my zucchini. Squash and zucchini, more green beans, and I'm gonna try sunflower seeds this year just for fun. And that's it for my vegetables. Everything else I'm sowing inside, and everything else I've already sown indoors. So that's it for direct sowing. So this year I added a new perennial to the homestead that I think we're really going to benefit from, and that is Comfrey. So let's go back where I will show you how I got my Comfrey, how I planted it, and most of all, why I thought Comfrey would make a great addition to our homestead. Okay, so I got my dirt. My root cuttings have been soaking in water for 4+ hours. I ordered this online and it just came in the mail. And that's what the root cutting is gonna look like. What's really great about these is once I have my plants growing and I plant them outside, I'll be able to have my own root cuttings to spread them around or give away if I want to. Okay, so I received some more Comfrey in the mail today. This is the last one that I ordered, and I thought I'd just show you guys the unboxing of this one as well. And this is all it is. Just in a plastic baggie, and it's already has leaves, and there's all the roots in the bag. I'm brand new to Comfrey, but I'm really excited for all the benefits it has to offer. I'll never have to buy this again. It will spread by the root, so I'll just have to cut some of the roots whenever I want to move it around or increase my supply of Comfrey. But the rabbits are going to love this, the chickens are going to love it. It's a great fodder, and it's also a really great fertilizer tea. So I'm really looking forward to having this and this extra addition on our homestead, and I hope you guys will consider getting some Comfrey. I had to get mine online because I couldn't find it anywhere, but hopefully these will be sprouting in the next few weeks, and it's going to be a big plant before too long, and I'm really looking forward to having all this Comfrey on my property, and I'm sure my rabbits and my chickens will benefit from it as well. This is the one that you just saw me plant, and this one's the one that's doing the best so far. These root cuttings here, so 2 of them came up, these 2. This one hasn't come up yet, and this one I ordered from the same place I got this one, and this one just came in the mail probably a week ago, so it's still growing, but it's doing really well, and I'm very happy with the way this has turned out. Okay, so we sowed our seeds and we planted our Comfrey. So the last thing that I wanted to share with you is that we planted some fruit. holes to plant our fruit trees. I wasn't very happy with the soil that was coming up as I was getting ready to plant them. So I grabbed the tractor and I went over to the garden and scraped up some good soil and then brought it back over to use to plant with my trees. I also mixed up some rabbit pellets in the soil as well. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get some water on this, and I have 6 more trees to do. So this is the field that we planted all of our trees in. All right, so this is one of the cherry trees that we planted. It's already starting to blossom. We still need to put some mulch around the base. We haven't done that yet, so it looks a little messy, but we're gonna put some mulch down to keep some of the moisture in. Here is our second cherry tree. Just a different type of cherry. Now after my trees were planted, I made sure to thoroughly water them very well, and I will be making sure to water them at least once a week throughout the first growing season. Now after the trees have been in the ground for at least 3 weeks, I will go out and I will add this fertilizer to the base of the trees. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.